How's it going, all my tacticians? Welcome back to another video from yours truly. Today we've got a very special battle to show off between me and Zero, because you know Zero just had to fight Impy on one of his battle streams, and he had such a hard time with one of my Pokemon here. You're about to see the power of the cute charm Sylveon, everyone. That's right. Forget pixelate Sylveon. Forget choice specs hyper voice pixelated Sylveon. Cute charms attract Sylveon is where it's at. Let's start this off. As you can see here, I'm starting off with 410 and Sylvia, and he's gonna be leading off with, Null and Rotom. So all in all, everything is looking alright. I swap out Fortune because this doesn't look very favorable to him, and I send in Victor instead, my Sawsbuck. Thunderbolt comes out here. I should have stayed in because that would have activated my weakness policy. And Flash Cannon comes out from the from Type Null, gonna be smacking into Sylvia. But she's alright. She takes it pretty well. As I go for the disarming voice here. That's right. Disarming voice Sylveon, everyone. Disarming voice Sylveon. Super scary. Now, he withdraws Rotom because, I have a Sawsbuck now, and he doesn't want to fight that Sawsbuck. Sends in the Alolan Ninetales, and it's not a Snow Warning Ninetales. Gonna go for the Horn Leech here, see what else I can absorb back. Absorb quite a lot. And Sylvia, for all his worth, he goes for the Flames. Gonna burn me up as I go for yet another disarming voice. Yeah, there's not a lot that Sylvia can do. She doesn't have any attacks besides disarming voice and attract and baby doll eyes and protect. That's all she's got. And let me tell you, she's gonna use her disarming voice for all she's worth in this battle. Now another Flash Cannon comes out, gonna hit Sylvia once again. Gonna do quite a bit of damage. But I'm still able to survive this attack. As for this icy wind, I managed to protect against it with my Sawsbuck. Sylvia, not too much. She's kind of stuck with that, but it does trigger her not her weakness policy. That was 410, but it does trigger her berry, so I'm able to get the berry off. And another disarming voice gonna be coming out here, screaming at the opponent, and down goes the Type Null. Let's Type Null down. Or not Type Null, Sylvia. Oh my goodness, the name messed me up. Now Ursa the Snorlax is out. Now I go for the high jump kick because, high jump kick. Why not take the chance and smack into the Snorlax? Gonna get hit by an Aurora Beam here. Reduces my physical attack, but it doesn't really matter because Sylvia has a special attacker, so that's okay. Defense Curl coming out here. I'm like, I haven't seen that move in a dog's age. Seriously, I have not seen a Defense Curl Snorlax in such a long time. As I go for another disarming voice, not able to get the K off on the Ninetales. Now, I go for the Horn Leech here because I wanted to make sure that I got rid of the Ninetales. And that's going to restore some of my Sawsbuck's health. And rest in peace, the Alolan Ninetales. As for the Snorlax, well, he decides this is the perfect time to take a nap. And another disarming voice from Sylvia. Like I said, this is all she could do. She has nothing else in her repertoire. All she can do is attack with a disarming voice. Now I go with the Horn Leech here onto the Shuckle because that's the strongest move I have against the Shuckle. It's going to endure that quite well. Shuckle is a very tanky Pokemon, I've learned. Snorlax is asleep. Ursula's just going to sit there and go for the Sleep Talk here. And I'm like, oh crud. We're dealing with this kind of Snorlax. Gonna go for the Brick Break. Not gonna deal a ton of damage. But now it's time for me and Sylvia to show off what we're made of. And that is a return to the classic Attract shenanigans. Gyro Ball coming out to be smacking at Sylvia. But Zero kind of forgot that when he goes for the Icy Wind, he reduced how much speed I had. So Gyro Ball's effect lost a lot of momentum because of that Icy Wind from earlier. I go for another Horn Leech here that triggers the Shuckle's berry and restores more health to the Shuckle. Don't muckle with the Shuckle, as I learned all too well. Ursula gonna go for the Sleep Talk, breaking through the attraction shenanigans. Goes for another Brick Break. Sylvia is just taking a pounding from my opponent. She is just getting absolutely decimated. Now another attract comes out here and lands onto the Shuckle. The only thing that I'm able to outspeed now. And Shuckle is in love with Sylvia. Such love on the battlefield. Now I go for the baby doll eyes because this is all I can really do. Now that I've lost a lot of my power, a lot of my speed, I go for some priority. Gonna go reduce some physical attack damage. Horn Leech onto the Shuckle. Still not gonna get the KO off, but it's gonna restore more and more health. Ursula wakes up and realizes it's in love with Sylvia. As for the Shuckle, well, he's also in love with Sylvia, but manages to get the power trick off. I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. You're not getting away with that, boy. I'm not letting you get away with that power trick in front of my face. So I go for another baby doll eye. Is going to be going into the Snorlax once again. And I go for the Horn Leech, finishing off the Shuckle right here and now. I'm not letting you get away with that. Using power trick Shuckle against me when it's not even whatchamacallit in the trick room. Well, now you gotta suffer for that. So I removed the Shuckle from the battlefield. As for the Snorlax, goes for the Brick Break, smacks into Victor. Survives barely, but hey, it's alright. And I accidentally clicked the button I didn't mean to click. Now the Rotom is on the field once again, and I go for another Baby Doll Eyes into the Snorlax. It's gonna keep reducing that power even more. Horn Leech comes out, smacks into the Rotom. Super effective, finishes it off in one shot, restores Victor to my Sawsbuck, I almost said Snorlax, the full power. Goodbye, Rotom. And as for the Snorlax, still in love with Sylvia. Still in love with Sylvia. Now, the big dog Absurd comes out for my opponent. The Garchomp, that is Mega, coming out for 0. And it's at this point that he's saying this Sylveon is destroying me. These attracts, these baby doll eyes are just absolutely decimating him. Jump kick into the Snorlax despite the defense curl. Still going to do a ton of damage. Flame on for the Garchomp. Going to be smacking into Victor. He barely clings on thanks to that. Avoids a burn. Thank goodness, because I didn't want to lose him. And Ursa is immobilized by the love it has for my Sylvia. And I'm like, hey, Garchomp, have you ever met Sylvia? Well, now you have. And now Absurd, the Garchomp is in love with Sylvia. I go for the jump kick here. My opponent is just screaming at me. Stop with the attract. Stop it. My Pokemon aren't in love. And yet, his Pokemon are in love. Absurd is immobilized by love. And Ursa is going to go to sleep. I'm like, come on! All that work, and you're just gonna go to sleep? I did all that damage, and you're just gonna fall asleep. Come on! Now I go for another disarming voice here, because that's all I can do again. Sylvia has used up all her bag of tricks. She's run out of tricks to throw out there besides the Protect. So I'm just gonna go for my disarming voices. Now I swap out Victor here for Frank because I want to get rid of the Snorlax once and for all. Absurd is immobilized by love. Dragon's in love with fairies. Who would have thought? Ursula is gonna break through the immobilization of love. Gonna go for the Sleep Talk and go for the Brick Break. Smacks right into Frank, and he manages to endure that quite well. Now the disarming voice coming out. Gonna deal a lot of damage to the Garchomp. A lot of damage. You knew that screaming at the top of your voice would do some damage. Absurd is in love with Cereal, breaks through, goes for the flamethrower, but doesn't target Sylvia, goes instead for Frank. And he manages to endure that. And this is where Impy says, I've had enough. Time to go away, Snorlax. It's time to go down. Electrium Z move, Gigabolt Havoc coming out for Frank, going straight into Ursula the Snorlax. Bam! And deal all that nice damage, but not get the KO off. I'm like, come on! Don't you dare wake up and fall asleep again. Do not wake up and fall asleep again. Instead, I'm going to go for the disarming voice right here and now. Not able to get the KO off onto the Snorlax or the Mega Garchomp. Now it's the last turn. Absurd is in love with Sylvia. Not able to get the attack off. Frank going for the tri-attack. Finally finishes off the Snorlax at long last. And one final disarming voice from Sylvia finishes off Absurd the Garchomp. At long last, the battle ends. Oh my lord, it's been a while since I've used Sylvia, and this is why, people. Oh my goodness, I did not have to use any of my other Pokemon. I thought, maybe I'd have to use my Reshiram this battle. Maybe I'll have to use Drea. Maybe Fortin will get in on the action. Nope. Sylvia just stole the show alongside Victor, my Sawsbuck. Those two just absolutely decimated Zero, and Sylvia just decimated half of Zero's team. Oh my goodness, with the attract shenanigans. She was also cute charm, so I was surprised that the Snorlax didn't fall for the cute charm the first time or so. But then again, I think I used the track before that. But in any case, I'll see you tacticians in the next battle. Bye-bye!
I'm taking in what I can get, but I can't find the answers yet. Head underwater, slow my mind. I hold my breath until I'm found.